Hello, my name is Adrienne deWolfe. I write Western historical romances like Texas Wildcat. Texas Wildcat is the third book in my Wild Texas Nights trilogy. The book is set in Bandera County, Texas, in the year 1884. The cover art that you're looking at was designed by Bantam Books for the paperback version of Texas Wildcat. This artwork was designed for the e-reader version of Texas Wildcat. The hero of this book is Zach, the middle Rollins brother. You met Zach in books 1 and 2 of my Wild Texas Nights series. But if you Wild Texas Nights fans think you know Zach Rollins, boy, are you folks gonna be surprised. Sure, Zach's a champion bull rider and sexy as all get out. But now he's the youngest president ever to be elected to the Bandera County Cattlemen's Association. And that means Zach has political aspirations. In fact, Zach thinks it might be a good idea to settle down. For the sake of his cattle business and his political career, he's looking for a nice, dignified, respectable lady. So who did I create as the heroine for Texas Wildcat? A hot-tempered, outspoken tomboy of a sheepherder. Bailey McShane isn't afraid to speak her mind, especially to some bossy cattleman who wants to marry her for her land. When I was writing Texas Wildcat, I set out to create a heroine who was completely different than the other two heroines in the series. Bailey is a second-generation Scot, and she's absolutely fearless when it comes to running her business and firing her guns. Despite extreme pressure to get married, to raise cattle, or to fold her business and sell her land, Bailey defies every social convention. That's why I admire Bailey McShane. She has the courage to take charge and to carve a place for her business in a man's world. Needless to say, Zach has his hands full with this unpredictable wildcat who refuses to be tamed. One of my favorite characters in Texas Wildcat is Bailey's border collie, Priss, or rather, Sergeant Priss, as Zach snidely dubs her. Sergeant Priss is a bit of a control freak, and she'll herd anything from geese to kids. In one of my favorite scenes, which happens at the county rodeo, Bailey and Sergeant Priss compete against Zach and his faithful cow pony to see who is faster, a sheep herder or a cattleman, at herding pigs into a corral. Now, I'm not going to spill the beans and tell you who triumphs over that petulant pack of pork on the hoof, but be prepared for a surprise. There are so many scenes in this book that I love, but a couple do stand out. There's the scene in which Bailey gets Zach roostered on moonshine, and we learn that Zach is a bit of a wildcat himself. Then there's the scene where the other two Rollins brothers give Zach advice on how to handle his woman. Can you imagine? Oh yeah, that scene's good for a couple of chuckles. I was absolutely delighted when Calico Trails magazine named Texas Wildcat the best historical romance of the year. Romantic Times magazine awarded Zach Rollins the Kiss Award for sexy, lovable heroes. And that sheep-raising wildcat herself, Bailey McShane, was awarded the Cameo Award for strong woman characters from Calico Trails magazine. I hope that you too will enjoy this wild ride of a love story about two strong-willed people who are absolutely perfect for each other, if they would only admit it. By the way, in Texas Wildcat, you'll get to catch up with Cord and Fancy, the lovers from Texas Outlaw, and meet their 4 children. You'll also get to visit with Wes and Rory from Texas Lover. They have their first child, and you'll get to meet that little charmer in Texas Wildcat. To learn more about the 3 award-winning novels in my Wild Texas Nights series, visit my website, wildtexasnights.com. And if you're an aspiring author, be sure to stop by my other website, writingnovelsthatsell.com. There you'll find plenty of writing resources, writing classes, and professional story critiques for your novel. Don't miss Texas Wildcat, the best historical romance of the year. And I'll look forward to hearing from you at wildtexasnights.com.